Okay, Dennis, how did the first in-season tournament game feel now that it's done?
I mean, we lost the game, but at the end of the day, I think it's a good thing for the league. Feels special, kind of like a playoff game, and looking forward to the other ones.
What did you see out there tonight from your team? I mean, it was a close game, obviously. Deficit in the second, came back in the third. What was it like out there?
I mean, the first half hurt us. If we, can find a way to play for 48 minutes and make sure we, come out the right way in the first half or first quarter, that's going to help us a lot. So we got to find a way, to be ready, beginning of the game. I think second halves we always do a great job of competing and bringing the energy, but we got to find a way in the first half to bring it.
How tough was it with Pascal playing as well as he played to start the game and obviously ended up finishing the game? How tough was it to be without him for a big chunk of that first half?
Hurt us for sure. He's one of the key players here, and he made big time plays. And I mean, to not have him on the court, it hurt us. And but at the end of the day, it's always a next man up mentality, and people who coming off the bench got to be ready. Same as the starters, when we start the game, we got to be ready and bring it from the start.
Dennis, that last possession there, I guess, with like about 25 seconds left and before Scotty got fouled, what was kind of looked like a little bit confusing?
I can't even remember, to be honest with you. Yeah.
What changed in the second half for you guys, aside from getting Siakam back?
Just playing with a lot of effort, as a team on the offensive end, sharing the ball, putting pressure on the, rim, getting to the paint, and then make great decisions, and I think that's what we at our best when we play fast and get stops and run.
I know you put a lot of work into your shot. How good is it feeling right now?
I mean, I was struggling the last couple of games, but at the end of the day, we work so hard. Everybody in this locker room works so hard every single day. So when we open, we let it fly, and we live with the results.
How much are you able to control mismatches? A few times you had to rotate onto Porzingis. How do you prevent that? Is that a conversation later with your teammates or coach?
I mean, shots from the elbow, from the free throw line, heavily contested. If he makes 20 of them, congrats.
Dennis, you and Yak found some success with those empty side pick and rolls in the second half. What were you seeing that helped create those advantages?
With Siakam?
You and Yak.
Oh, Yak. I mean, me just pushing the ball, being aggressive off of the pick and rolls. I watch a lot of film, and I always come off screens and don't look to attack. And I think it's not helping the group. And I think I just got to be, the first two dribbles off the pick and roll, I got to be aggressive, make a decision, find my teammates, putting pressure on the rim. And I think today was a good example of it, but we still got to get better.
How much does the seal that Yak gets on those screens, how imperative is that? You guys have developed that chemistry over the past, obviously, since training camp.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good screen and roller, and he gets me open. And like I said, I got to be aggressive because I'm open, right after the screen. I got to be there a lot more effective. And when he rolls, I got to find him at the same time. So it's been great, but we got a lot of work to do still.
Loving the floaters. Good stuff.
Yeah, floaters. I mean, I had one late in the game. Got to keep working on that.
Precious, tonight was the first night this year you got some significant run with Jakob. What does being in that role allow you, not as like the center, allow you to do, and how do you think it went?
I mean, it's just out there, continuing to trust the coaching staff and what they want us to do. I think when I was out there with Yak, we had a good defensive run, just the switchability, size, and all that kind of stuff, mobility, and I think that was kind of like the idea. I don't know, but I think my ability to guard multiple positions was the reason. And like I said, just continuing to trust it, and learning him and him understanding us as well as we continue to play.
Yeah, I think there's that one possession down the stretch where you got kind of a one-on-one with Holiday, kind of at the top of the key. We're able to force a tough look for him. And so, what's your mindset when you're kind of on an island against a pretty good guard at that stage of the game?
I mean, players like that, you just, as a defender, you kind of like learn tendencies of players. Especially for someone like myself, I understand when I'm in the game, there's a lot of switching that's going on, so I have to learn tendencies of multiple players, and I understand that he likes to go left, so I knew he was going to try to go left, so I was anticipating that. He did try to go left, cut him off. He tried to spin back right, cut him off, and he took a contested shot. If he makes it, you just got to live with it. You did your job. It's a really tough shot for anyone to make. Yeah.
It sounded like some of the Celtics players weren't happy with the floor, said it was slippery. Is that something that you noticed at all? And how did you feel about playing on it, just in terms of the color and all that it takes some getting used to?
It was slippery. I mean, I felt myself a few times. A couple times I ended up on the floor. I slipped a few times. Yeah, I mean, you could see they saying the same thing even at the end of the game, guys, I think somebody probably got hurt on the other side. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm fine with the color. I just want to play basketball. The extra stuff is just, extra. I just want to play basketball, but at the same time, not trying to get hurt. Especially for a guy like myself, missed the majority part of the season. Coming back, I'm like extra cautious. I'm ending up on the floor. It's kind of like, okay, I'm checking myself. I'm trying to make sure everything is intact. But yeah, like at the end of the day, I just want to hoop. I don't really. The extra stuff is extra. Yeah.
On that Derek White 3, Gary goes to double from the baseline, and you and Pascal are effectively zoning up Tatum, Brown, and Derek White. As far as Brown comes in, collapses, Siakam's part of the zone. When you two are there, how do you solve that, zoning up those three guys? And then obviously the corner was open. If you could go back and put the chess pieces in the right place, what are you trying to take away?
I would say make him finish at the basket. At the end of the day, it already happened. We just got to go watch film, learn from it, see what we could do better, and move forward. There's nothing we could go back and change. It already happened. But maybe looking back, say let him finish over myself, over his primary defender, and either myself and Pascal, because Brown had cut to the basket. I remember because Jason Tatum was at the top, Brown is in the middle, Derek is in the corner. He had cut. I'm at the top guarding Jason. Pascal cut with him, and then so it's just kind of like just trying to just learn from it. It's nothing we could do right now. Just go back, watch film, talk about it, and we'll figure it out.
Scotty's obviously had a really successful start to the season. What do you think is driving that success? What are you seeing from him?
He's will. I mean, he put in a lot of work. Stuff like that don't just happen overnight. Put in a lot of work over the summertime. Obviously, is showing, and we're us as his teammates, we're trusting him. He's had games where he literally drove us to win. You look at the San Antonio game. You look at the Wizards game. There's a lot of games like that this season so far where, he just imposed his will and, literally just helped us win the game, literally won us the game. So it's just trust on both sides, and of course his work. He put in a lot of work. So.
Trust. Darko's obviously made a big point of emphasis to get to know guys, to develop relationships with guys. What does that do for you as a player on the court? How does that help?
I mean, it's good. It's very important just having that relationship between your coach, and I think it goes a long way. Just if you have a certain type of relationship, develop a relationship, comfortability, and trust, duo you could run through a wall for someone that you trust, you know, and that's kind of the culture that we're trying to build. I believe that he's trying to build. Once you develop trust from people, they could do anything for you, you know, run through a wall, play their hearts out every night, and I think he's doing a really, really great job at that.
Pascal, do you have any comments on the officiating?
Trying to get me in trouble, huh? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think for me, it's just like starting the game, you know, like it just can't be like tic-tac fouls and then like throughout the game it's just like, you know, it disappears. So it's like, it's kind of frustrating, but hey, it is what it is.
And what was your mindset going into the third quarter after having that long set?
I mean, I sat down for like, I don't know how many minutes, so I was just trying to play basketball at the end of the day. Like, that's really like, that was it. Like, I just wanted to, you know, get into the game. Like, I feel like I sat most of the game.
On that last play, well, not the last one, Derek White's three, Jalen collapses the weak side zone, you have to follow him. You guys obviously don't want to allow a wide open three-point shot. If you could set the chess pieces right on that last play, what are you trying to do to make sure that you don't get that outcome?
I mean, I think you try to help at the rim, rotate. I think, you know, we just got to keep rotating. Whoever is on, you know, you get to take away the corner, and we just got to keep rotating. Can't be late on those. I mean, that happens. I think the rim is like, you know, the first priority, and then the corner, and then, you know, as it goes, you know. But maybe a better challenge on that three. I mean, but, you know, he made a shot. It's a good shot. But yeah, I think just got to rotate faster.
Precious was just in here, and he was saying that the floor was a bit slippery. He slipped a few times, and a few of the Celtics players have mentioned that as well. Is that something you noticed at all out there? Did it impact you at all?
I mean, I think it was okay. I mean, I think at the end of the day, like, this is different for everyone, right? Like, it's like all these courts are like different, and I'm sure like players are not used to it, and it's different from like different shoes, and I just think that like it's a variety of things that you can really like speak to, and you know, I mean, I've heard like in Dallas they can even play, like, so it's like this, it's everywhere, and I think, you know, it's got to be either, you know, we figure out as player, or, you know, there's something that's done on the other side. So, but I don't know if it was like particularly just like unplayable, but you know, I don't think I slipped like any time. So I don't know.
Pascal, games like this when you're working in the post a little bit more, it's happened a couple times so far this season. Are you sensing or noticing that certain guys on the team are better able to read you and cut around those post-ups?
Yeah, no, because I just feel like, again, like for me, like that area of the floor, like, you know, I think I'm one of the best, like to like at that position, or all my positions, like to play at like there, and I think again just like reading the game and I feel like, you know, it's either you help or, you know, we get a good shot most of the time. And when you help, it's like we still get a good shot because I'm going to make the right play. So so I think that, yeah, like I think it's instant offense for us, I feel like. And guys, you know, like Jakob, like Scotty, like all those guys kind of read like off of me. And I just also feel like once, you know, we give ourselves like space, it's easier to either score or find you know, the right pass. So so yeah, like you know, I hope we do more of that.
The numbers back you up, so.
Yeah, I think so too.
Has there been any difference in how teams have started to guard you? Like some teams, they come from the top on the double, some teams come from the bottom, and some teams try to do both and just completely overload. How has that changed over time? As you mentioned, you're one of the best in the post in the league.
Yeah, no, I think that again, like I've seen different coverages and it's just a read, and to me, like I said, I think as long as our spacing is good, like I don't think it matters, like, you know, what they do really. It's just like, you know, if it's from, you know, the bottom side or the top side, like defenders coming to help, either I have the shot or somebody else got an open shot, like wide open. So I think it's just to me, I've seen it enough that I feel like no matter where it's, like the help is coming from, like I can definitely make the read.
Pascal, I guess after 1 month and a half with Dennis Schröder next to you on the floor, what do you like the most about playing next to him?
I think, like, you know, the pace, obviously, like picking up guys, being aggressive, like just, you know, on defense, and then, you know, for us, like we gotta continue to push the pace, putting us in position, and I think the more, you know, we get familiar with each other, the more I think it's gonna get better. but obviously, like I said, it's a process for all of us, to trying to figure it out. But yeah, I just for me, I just like the speed and tenacity on defense, and then just like the pace. We got to continue to have our pace, and he's a big part of that.
You guys limited Tatum to 4 points in the second half. Is there something you guys were trying to focus on to contain him?
I mean, he's a great player, so I think you just try to do your best. I thought Scotty did a good job on him, and obviously we had to help contesting his shots. Again, sometimes he's gonna make them, sometimes he's gonna miss them. But yeah, I thought we did a decent job on that. And yeah, kudos to Scotty as a primary defender, and I think all of us just helping out and good contest, and yeah, happy he didn't make some of those shots.
So OG is a guy who guards up a lot of times, and people are impressed, pound for pound, how strong he is. Drew Holiday is very similar to that. With a defender like that who's trying to being low, he wants to beat you low. What's the key to getting around him?
I mean, I think for me, I have the size advantage, so I think it's just using that. And obviously he's quick, strong, and I can't speak for anyone, but I think for me it's just trying to use my size as much as I can, because if you're trying to out-quick him, he's really quick, and so yeah, I think that's what I think about.
Darko, another game we got a big first half hole. Do you think about going back to Pascal in that second quarter when the game was kind of getting away from you, even with the 3 fouls?
Yes, I mean that was a tough one. We had he picked up the 2 fouls early. We had a sub for him to get him out earlier in the first quarter so he can come back and play. With 3 fouls, it would be really, really hard. I was not willing to risk there and get him in the 4th foul, God forbid, and now he cannot play full third quarter. So he was able to come back. He kept his mentality there, and he was huge in the second half for us. I wish he played 8-9 more minutes tonight.
They had a bunch, the wide open 3 that made the one of theirs with 30 seconds to go. To just sort of lose them in transition or lose them?
You're talking about White play? Yeah, I just looked at it on a film. Holiday was backing up on a post-up. We were supposed to guard him over there. If he spins baseline, Gary was ready to help with that, and we were supposed to run to the corner to chase that line. But at the same time, Jalen was cutting inside, so Pascal felt that he needs to help there for a second, and we were not in our shell from the top. We had Precious, who was a little bit higher, who would probably need to drop and cover all of those cuts there. So, unfortunate broken play and big time shot from White.
Aside from the second quarter, it seemed like you handled Boston's defense a lot more, crisply than you did a week ago. What did you think was the key to that, or was it just making shots that you missed on last week?
I mean, making shots definitely helps big time. Dennis made 5. Gary made 3 tonight, took 5. I wish he took even more. Scotty made 2 threes. I thought that he had another 2-3 opportunities to shoot it. We gotta continue working on it, trusting it. Trust me, our guys, when I see them work and putting work in, we have guys that are very, very capable shooters. Now they gotta embrace it and take those shots. But also we knew what kind of physicality they're going to bring to us, so we were able to adjust a little bit with our angles of screens and how to create advantages on some rolls to the rim and to attack certain matchups as well.
That late stretch with Scotty on the bench, did you think you were going to have an opportunity to get him back there a little quicker? Because I know he ended up...
Yes. I was down to 2 timeouts. I was hoping to get him faster. He was running. He was already 12 minutes straight on the court. So I just literally wanted 30 seconds to give him a break and get him back in the game. Unfortunately, that's on me. I'm going to own that once that I was not able to get him back on the court.
Did you consider using your foul to give in that situation at all to get Scotty back in there, or is that too valuable a tool to have just for some?
It's it's one of those things. Yes, I did consider taking a foul there, but at the same time, it was we had kind of momentum with that group there as well, So I wish that we were able to get him sooner on the court. Did not happen tonight, and we'll find ways to avoid it in the future.
What would you say for your team's effort in that, especially in the third quarter, even the fourth, after the type of second quarter that you guys had?
I mean, second half, we won in the second half. We did not do a great job, especially in that second quarter, allowing them 39 points. We just got to put it together. You know, we have moments that we're playing a really solid defense and really solid offense. We're talking about like one of the arguably the best teams in the league right now. And we were able to hold them down to 108 points. I thought that we had some breakdowns in the second quarter. We allowed Hauser to get wide open shots. Even we had designation to chase him off the line, not allow him any threes there. So I thought that our intentions and our focus was on a much higher level in the second half, especially the third quarter.
Those plays where pick and rolls with Porzingis and he ends up like hitting one of your guards under the rim. Is there any option you're considering? I mean, it wasn't always successful, but he was able to get some close.
Yeah, our main coverage was there for guards to continue to pursue and to stay on guards. If Porzingis pops, we wanted to switch those, but not necessarily on rolls. But a couple of times he figured it out what we were doing, so he was able to get inside. And you know what? If they're taking over us contested shots and twos instead of getting wide open threes and layups, I thought that overall we did much better job tonight comparing to previous game against Boston.
As far as playmaking, this was Pascal's most robust, like out of the post. How did you find the timing of the cuts working off of when you would drag from the bottom or the top?
Definitely, I gotta watch more film. Probably right now, you have better feel than I do. I thought that we were cutting and moving the ball there, moving the shift guy really well. A couple of times he dropped off pass, late pass. One time for Yak. A couple of times for some cutters. I thought it was good. We just gotta continue working on it. Also, we gotta do better job of pulling shooters in front of him. I thought he was trying to make every time down the stretch to make right decisions. If they were putting two players on him, he was trying to find open man. We got one Dennis 3 there out of one of those plays.
That last time out, the play you dropped there, you got Scotty a pretty clean look. Is that the exact way you wanted it, or did you think it was maybe something was slightly off?
We were looking for a three. We also told our guys that they will be looking to switch everything. If they're switching everything, we wanted to go quick to try to get a quick point. I wish that on that play that he just slipped to the rim to get a quick two. I thought that the whole paint was open there, but you know, I trust his instincts going to the corner there and trying to to get us back in the game with a 3-point shot.
Another really solid third quarter from Siakam when facing a deficit. What are you sort of seeing from him, like from a leadership standpoint, especially when facing those type of deficits?
I'll tell you what, like he is every single day upbeat and full of energy, and I really appreciate his leadership. He's talking to all the guys every single day. He's more vocal. He's really embracing the role on this team, and I'm grateful the way he is coachable and the way he is treating his teammates and everybody.
Seems like Precious is finding his rhythm a little bit more, but I think this was the first time he played with Pirtle this season. What do you like about that front court pairing?
I mean, obviously, Precious. Yes, I agree. He's getting more rhythm now. He's feeling more comfortable in, in his movements and everything on the court. I think that he brings elite defense for us. Second half, I thought that he was everywhere. He was getting deflections. He was rebounding. He did a really good job there. And I don't mind playing him together with Yak there. I think it just allowed us another huge body over there on the court that can do multiple things.
In terms of the in-season tournament, did it feel the same as a regular season game tonight? Did it feel different? Obviously, a close game kind of matters in terms of point differential. What do you think?
Yeah, it's for sure. At the end of the game, there, it's the question of would we foul there or not at the end, just to try to stay in a game or not. But the last possession, it was 3-point game. I told our guys just go for a steal. It's 1.7 seconds. Does not make any sense for us without timeout to foul them and give them 2 free throws. On the other side, they fouled us and gave us two layups. So it really felt that every point and every possession is important. So I really enjoyed that.
Just your thoughts on Gary after his return in absence?
we missed him big time, and he's the guy that I think that we as a group, we as a team, we got to do even better job of finding him shots, because he's such a shooting threat. We should be locating him at any point of time on the court. I really like his intentions that he's playing more aggressively. He had a great pick and roll layup attack in the first half. Like those type of players are really, really important to any team, and Gary is amazing. He's a tremendous professional and, a shooter that really helps our team to stretch the floor.